In the heart of the city's old quarter, nestled among the cobweb-draped antique shops, my curiosity was piqued by a peculiar leather-bound diary. Its cover, aged and worn, whispered tales of eras long past. The moment I opened it, the musty scent of ancient secrets filled the air, and I knew this was no ordinary find. October 12, 1825, the first entry read, penned in a delicate yet firm hand. Intrigued, I purchased the diary, oblivious to the chilling journey I had embarked upon. That night, as I delved into the yellowed pages, I discovered eerie entries predicting future events with unnerving accuracy. Initially, I dismissed them as coincidences or the ramblings of a troubled mind. But as the days passed, the diary's predictions began to manifest in my life in the most horrifying ways. The first came true on a stormy night. The diary foretold of a silhouette appearing at my window, tapping incessantly as lightning tore the sky. Dismissing it as fantasy, I was paralyzed with fear when, amidst the thunderous night, I heard the distinct tapping on my window. A shadowy figure stood outside, its features obscured by darkness. Before I could react, it vanished into the storm, leaving me trembling in terror. Days later, the diary spoke of a voice whispering my deepest fears in the dead of night. Skeptical yet unnerved, I tried to convince myself it was mere superstition. But that night, as I lay in bed, a cold, ghostly whisper caressed my ear, speaking of things no one else knew. I searched my room frantically, finding nothing but the oppressive darkness. The diary's entries grew increasingly sinister, each prediction more terrifying than the last. It foretold of shadows moving against their sources, objects in my home shifting places as if alive, and an inexplicable chill that would settle in the air, leaving me gasping for warmth. Despite the growing dread, I couldn't stop reading. Each entry pulled me deeper into its cursed narrative. I started seeing things in broad daylight, figures in the corner of my eye that vanished when looked upon, and familiar faces contorted into grotesque expressions when they thought they were unobserved. The climax of my terror arrived on a day the diary ominously left blank. That morning, I awoke to find my reflection in the mirror not mirroring my movements. Instead, it smiled wickedly, its eyes gleaming with malevolence. Frozen in horror, I watched as it raised its hand, a gesture of sinister intent. As it reached towards me, I hurled the diary at the mirror, shattering both into 1,000 pieces. The reflection vanished, but so did my peace of mind. The fragments of the diary seemed to pulsate with a dark energy, each piece a portal to a nightmare I had unleashed. I gathered every shard and fragment, burning them in a desperate attempt to rid myself of the curse. The flames danced with ghastly images, and the air was filled with the wails of tormented souls. Since that day, the hauntings have ceased, but the diary's curse lingers in my mind. Shadows seem darker, whispers more sinister, and the night never truly silent. I live in constant fear of what I released from the pages of The Diary of the Damned. And sometimes, in the quietest moments, I wonder if the diary was ever truly destroyed, or if it merely waits, biding its time to write a new chapter in its tale of terror.